mercredi matin à Dominique. Quand il applique à filer pas de problème, monsieur. Et puis nous là, monsieur, grand basketball à Dominique, monsieur, ça a commencé tout à l'heure là. Gros basketball, monsieur, est-ce que ça pas oui pour ça? Eh bien, Jordi l'a donné, mon là qui est en charge. L'idée ça là, belti événement qui est passé pour la grande vacances à Dominique. Basketball, messieurs, mesdames, Kai à Massac, indoor facility. As we say, good morning to wherever you are. Listening to the voice of DBS Radio. Welcome to Creole Heartbeat for another Wednesday morning. And today we are actually on we are getting on the home stretch now as we want to present to the world, we want to present to Dominica the first ever Creole Basketball Championship carried for the Natural 22nd to 25th at the Massac Indoor Facility. And with us is the man behind the whole movement of getting the Creole integration, Creole sporting, the various sporting disciplines together as our thrust to really bring in an integration, a part of what we do best. The people, the culture, the roots, the sporting activities. Marvin, John Baptist, Dominican, residing in Guadeloupe, as a matter of fact, Dominican parentage, and is residing in Guadeloupe. And we also have a special friend, Nicholas, a Dominican. And by the way, he's a special FIBA instructor. So he'll be giving us some information as to the whole refereeing and the whole movement behind this particular tournament carried. As we say, good morning to my guests in studios. Good morning to you, Marvin. Good morning to you, special Helen of the West. Welcome. I saw the celebrations. And Nick, good morning.
Good morning. Good
Get
morning.
closer to the mic so we can actually.
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Okay, what about Nick?
Good morning, everyone.
Okay, party problem. How are things, Marvin? First of all, how are things with you?
Everything's okay. We are very excited and delighted to be here. The tournament is approaching. It's actually tomorrow on the August 22nd. We know that the Antigone already arrived on the island.
Antigua team is already on island.
Yes, Wadadi Elite, the vice champions of Antigua. This is an exciting moment, I believe, for Dominica, but also for the region. As we said, it's the L'Express des Îles Creole Basketball Championship just made history, especially for the West Indies, the French West Indies, because it's the first time that we're going to open the door of the Caribbean for teams from Guadeloupe. Okay, the Grand Gousier Basketball Club will be here. Is the vice champion. So we have those 6 teams. Okay, they're going to battle against 3 Dominican teams. We have the Detroit Blazers, Paybush Eagles, and Dr. Daou Falcons. So we are very excited. It's a big moment, and I'm happy to be here.
When are the other teams expected? We know when is St. Lucia expected. Also, when is Guadeloupe? Your team, because I understand you're going to be playing.
Yes, I will. On l'a pour jouer, pour matcher Simone.
Absolutely.
So the Guadeloupe team will arrive tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. The good news as well, I have one of our teammates is a former professional player, high level in France. He played even in Euro League in France. He's in Martinique right now, so he will be here. So that will increase the level of the tournament. So come and see that. Great player. So Guadeloupe team will arrive tomorrow. St. Lucia as well. Around 11:15, they will be there. So we all set. The promotion is going. I heard a truck in Roseau already promoting the Creole Basketball Championship. So you cannot miss it.
Absolutely. I myself heard the sound system blasting the advertisements, a familiar voice, by the way, producing the advertisements. So that's good. That's hyping up people, getting people ready for tomorrow. So give us some more information, Marvin, just before we go across to Nick, about the competition itself, the readiness, and what time you start tomorrow. Is there an opening ceremony? What takes place tomorrow?
So the competition is first of all just like the Champions League of basketball of the Creole nations, just like in football. Okay, so after a few qualifier rounds on the different territories that are part of the itinerary of Express des Îles, especially Guadeloupe. Okay, tomorrow it will be the beginning of the grand final in Dominica. All right, 6 teams. Okay, Antigua, Guadeloupe, St. Lucia, and 3 teams from Dominica. There will be 2 zones, okay? 3 teams per zones, right? And the top team will meet directly to the final.
Before we even go to that part of it, tell us the teams that are in the various zones.
Okay, so you have the Soufriere Kings, Detroit Blazers, and Gangouze Basketball Club. They are part of one group.
That is okay, one zone.
One zone. The other zone, you have the Wadali Elite Stingers. You have PSC Falcons, Dr. PSC Falcons. And the third team is the Pichler Eagles. Super Eagles. Paybush, from Paybush. So from Paybush, sorry. Yes. So the top team in each group will go directly to the final, and the second team will meet for the third place on Sunday. All right. So from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have 2 games per night. All right. Only on Thursday there will be an opening ceremony with honorable individuals, Minister of Sports, and other sponsors that will be here. So it will start at 6:30, and the first game will start especially at 7:30. All right. After the second game will follow, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday it will be from 7 p.m.
Okay, excellent. Just for information, and those who follow the Olympics would have realized that both the male and the female team of France made it to the grand finals. And as a Franco-Fournier league to start off, it means that observers from France will be looking closely at the talent base. And there may be possibilities of some of the players who may suit the criteria from some of the scouts that were expected, may be eligible to possibly play professional basketball in France.
Yes, definitely. The Creole Basketball Championship was built for this, especially for the Dominican players. It's a platform for them to expose their talent. All right, during the qualifier rounds in Guadeloupe in May, the PSC Falcons, the 2023 reigning champion, were invited to participate to 3 exhibition games. So they were able at that time to catch the interest of coaches from Guadeloupe. And when you play in Guadeloupe, you have the visibility in France, especially in Europe. Okay, but for this grand final, we'll have the pleasure to welcome NBA Scout, who has a professional team, is the manager of a professional team in the south of France, from Marseille. Okay, and the founder of that team is one of my friend, a former NBA player, Michael Pietrus, who played for Orlando Magic, Golden State Warriors. He defended against LeBron James and Kobe Bryant during the finals. He played for the Celtics as well. Okay. So his manager will be here. He's excited to come and to look, because he used to come to Dominica, and he said, Marvin, for the past time I came to Dominica, all I can remember, I saw raw talent walking the street on the court when I was there, and he wanted to take that opportunity to be present during the Creole Basketball Championship, where he will meet the highest level of basketball of Dominica, but also from the region.
Absolutely.
So I call everybody to come and support the local players for them to be able to play at their best, because the opportunity is there. It will be broadcasted as well. So on the media in Guadeloupe, Martinique, and also some influencers in the basketball network will be streaming the competition. So guys, it's not only Dominica, the world is watching us from tomorrow.
Absolutely. Also part of this major extravaganza. I like to call it like a major basketball festival. So many things are taking place, and quite a bit of activities apart from just the basketball. The Dominica's culture, the Creole culture will also be on display, an interaction which is, unlimited. So many possibilities can be derived from this particular objective. Also, FIBA will also be present, and tell us about the FIBA representation. Even before, as a matter of fact, introduce the FIBA representation in this particular championship.
Yes, definitely. We really want to establish this tournament as a FIBA tournament. The vision, so FIBA rules will be applied. definitely. And we are so delighted to have Nick part of the organizing committee. He lives in St. Lucia, but he came specially for this tournament. He already have 2 training sessions. He will tell us more with the referees, with the local referees, and we have 1 referee from Guadeloupe that is coming as well. So this tournament has multiple dimensions, and we thought about the players, we thought about all the dimension of sustainable development, to make it as a sport tourism product, a way to develop the youth as well and sports in the region. But part of the game, you have the referees as well, and it is very important if we want the quality during the game, that the players that will be able to play at the best, we need good referees, we need excellent referees. So it's extremely valuable to have someone like Nick a part of this tournament, and with all his colleagues, local colleagues, but also Caribbean colleagues. I think this is a new way to cooperate and to build up on that. It's a good way to go.
Absolutely. As we go across to Nick, what's up, my friend? Sakafet.
I am good, Wadix. Good morning again to the listeners of DBS Radio, and it's a pleasure to be here.
For those who don't know who is Nick, Nicholas, tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, Nick Nicholas. I grew up in Trafalgar. I migrated to St. Lucia about 10 years ago, and currently I am a FIBA referee instructor. So before everything got into high gear for this Creole Basketball Championship, I was in Dominica in April doing a camp with DABA upon their request. And it was at that point, the officials and Maggie, they brought it to my attention that, hey, we're going ahead with this tournament, this championship in August, and we would like you to be on board with us. So I have been here, it's a week already. So far we've had 2 sessions with the officials. That is to get everybody up to speed. Like I have said to them, we're practicing behind the scenes for the grand spectacular event that's coming up. So it would make sense that with my knowledge and the experience that I have amassed over the years, to come back and assist and to help everybody to grow, because even when I am not there, you need those guys to maintain that same level of officiating. And like Marvin rightly said, while you have players evolving, they're getting better at the game, in order for them to be able to showcase their talent and for you to get that display, you need referees to be on their A game or at their best, you understand? So I have been tasked to lead the delegation of officials for that event, and it's indeed a privilege to be here. I mean, when you think you had a first challenge, and that's, there's always more to come. So for me, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. You have to work with multiple personalities and lead people and coordinate the whole affairs where the referees and the table officials are involved, so that you could give the patrons, give the fans, and even the players that opportunity to play basketball and get, the vibe back alive in Dominica.
Absolutely. In case you're wondering, we are actually getting set for a major basketball championship carried for tomorrow until the 25th. The Creole Express des Îles Creole Basketball Championship carried for the Massac facility. We have Marvin John Baptist, one of the guys, major forces behind this particular movement, and also Nick Nicholas, an instructor, FIBA instructor. We'll give you some more information a little about FIBA, the World Federation of Basketball, in a while. But we have to remind you that we are here with the kind compliments of DJ Cell. This is Creole Heartbeat on your nation station, DBS Radio. Back to Nick. FIBA refereeing is the top, the premium in terms of refereeing. How important it is to have that level of adjudication at a competition such as this?
I would say it is imperative. The reason being, a lot of our players, they watch NBA, and there are a lot of things that they come on the court and try to emulate from the players what they've seen. But they have not taken into consideration that FIBA is the only competent body recognized by the International Olympic Committee where basketball is concerned. Therefore, the rules of the game where FIBA is concerned, they supersede all other rules.
Yeah.
So NBA and NCAA FIBA supersedes those. And given that we're in the Americas, it is imperative as well that we learn from the fundamentals, the basics, and build on that. So being a part of FIBA, I mean, it is an accolade. One time I was looking at becoming a referee, but I feel that in my capacity as an instructor, I could make an even greater reach. Because while you may have individuals on the ground that have passed the age for certification, it doesn't mean that they cannot referee at a national level.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm coming in to work with everyone, even the new referees, those that have expressed interest, those that have already been at it for a period of time, and those who recently came on board as of April. So it shows that we can build capacity. It's just a matter of getting it done and the interest of people. Like when I say people, I'm referring to the officials, because basketball is everybody's business. So yeah, I'm proud to be a face, a representative of FIBA. I'm also proud to be there as a Dominican national. I am also there representing St. Lucia as well, because I mean, had it not been for the opportunity afforded to me through the St. Lucia Basketball Federation, at that point, then I would not have gotten through to become an instructor. So I am here wearing many hats and representing a lot of different organizations, national and international as well.
So tell us about the various sessions, who you have had it with, and how they went, and that sort of thing, and sessions to come.
The sessions we've had were like refreshers. We had one on Friday evening at the Massac Indoor Court. The turnout was small. However, like I mentioned to Jerry, I rather work half prepared than unprepared. The persons is like you always find the same faces coming through. However, on Monday night the turnout was much better, and I felt good about it because the individuals that were present, they are some of the key individuals that are going to be working at the tournament, the Creole Basketball Championship. So you had the likes of Udi John, Jerry Williams, Maggie Dunstan Peters, Josiah Modest, Dwight Timothy, and a few others who I can just remember off the top of my head. But the turnout was much better. All these names I mentioned, they are involved deeply in basketball. Who some of them serve on the executive, some of them are senior officials. So it was good. I'm hoping that this evening there's a game in Massac. I'm hoping that this evening, maybe before the game, some of the individuals that come, I'm looking forward to meeting the referee from Guadeloupe, so we can have a little discussion and see where we are and the areas of improvements where we need to work on and strengthen. That is basically what is needed. It's not that the guys, they don't know basketball at all. It's not that they are not coachable. It's not that they don't have the ability to grow, but you need that push. You need somebody, to help you, to guide you, to mold you. So therefore, this is where I come in.
How does one get accredited as a FIBA referee? Is there a particular test
Yes.
required? How does one become eligible?
Okay, to be eligible for certification as a FIBA referee, you need to be between the ages of 18 and 32. By your 35th birthday, the aim is to get you certified. So you would have had to, after first nomination by your national federation, and then secondly, with a recommendation from the instructor, you would be selected to pursue, it's like an e-learning platform. So FIBA would make all of the necessary tools in terms of information available to you, and you could choose to study in print or online. When you do that, there are exams, and if you pass, you go on to a next step.
Yeah.
After which, based on your score, your cumulative score, you're either awarded a black or a white or a green license. The black is the highest. I believe, if I'm correct, the green is for women and the white is the lowest. So it all depends. So green, they try to incorporate women as well, because you also have good female referees. So once you have attained a cumulative score passing the minimum that FIBA requires based on how high you pass, then you will be granted a license based on your score, be it black or white.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm so excited about this particular level of officiating at this major championship, which gives an indication, Dominica, that we are in for a high level of basketball, not only the quality of the play, but also the officiating, so the results will be most likely be clear and precise, because officiating is one of the most critical areas of any sport. And once you have top-notch, top-level officiating, that augurs well for the standard of basketball. But let's go back to Marvin. We'll get back to Nick in a while. You mentioned that several platforms are available for the games to be evangelized, to be broadcast. Tell us some of those partners, both local and international.
Yes, the coverage, the media coverage has been massive. Especially in the French West Indies and also in Dominica, of course.
Let's deal with the French and then we'll come to
French,
Dominica.
We have been covered by the Radio Caribbean International RCE, that is the biggest radio station. France Antilles is the biggest newspaper in the French West Indies. Guadeloupe Premiere, this is the national TV radio station as well. And other medias specialize in sports like Carry Dreams. You have a guy, Al Gujo, the production, he covered all the basketball games in Guadeloupe. So I spoke to him this morning. He was going to relay the live streaming of the game. So the basketball network of the French West Indies will watch those games during the tournament. So the coverage is massive on TV, radio, newspaper, social media, and it is very important in terms of the development of the competition and for the players, for the referee. That's why, and I really appreciated what Nick said just a while ago, because it's all about cooperation. This tournament is more than a tournament, and I want everybody to be aware about it. It's a development program of basketball in the region, and when we do that, we don't think only about the players, but also about the referees, the officials. So it has to be a win-win situation, and is gathered around the Creole culture. That's why we call it Creole Basketball Championship. And this is not just a declaration of intention. My vision as I'm a consultant in sustainable development in the Francophonie of the Americas, which includes Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Lucia, Haiti as well. And I really want to develop what we call cultural confidence. It's critical, especially for the new generation. When we speak with the elders, Creole vibrate, for them. There's an amazing vibration. Mr. Wadix, ambassador of the Creole culture, but also all the others, but we have to pass it on, and the way we can do it, there's so many ways, but the way we do it right now is by leveraging sports, and especially basketball. This tournament will be a platform also to showcase our Creole culture, not only to Dominicans, but to the world. Because there will be various themes in terms of music, the Creole cuisine as well. We will have during halftime game, pre-games, we will have entertainment. Like for example, on Thursday it will be the Calypso night. On Friday it will be Afrobeat, Zouk, Compa. All right, and you have the Bouillon night on Saturday, and we will end up with the Cadence night. Okay, so we really appreciate that,
and when you say the various nights, I mean, apart from the basketball, the entertainment, the added entertainment value, and you have themed it into several nights, which inculcates the culture, the music of Francophonie, of the whole Creole world.
Exactly, and we'll have Black Diamonds, Trendsetter, Ecstasy Band. They will be on Friday. Frego Dinero. We have the Bouillon Mafia as well. We have the Monarch Queen, the Junior Monarch Queen 2024 also that will perform, and Cadence Night. You have DJ Slim and Shalina. But we call this is a yearly program. So we want all the ambassadors of the Creole culture to be part of it, showcase the talent, support it. So we are looking forward to go to the next level, and I really want, as an organizer, I really want to thank everybody that be part of the first edition, because they will be pioneers of something that will be extremely valuable for the region.
Absolutely. This is Creole Heartbeat, and we are speaking Del Express des Îles Creole Basketball Championship carried for tomorrow until the 25th at the Massac Indoor Facility. Everyone is talking about it. The entire nation is buzzing with excitement. There's a up in sports in Dominica. There is so much effervescence bubbling in Dominica, in the Francophone Islands. Sports has been, a major talking point. We have the fastest woman in the world from the Helen of the West, a sister island. We have the number one triple jumper in the world from Dominica, and we have, as a matter of fact, Jeff Joseph son just won gold in the Olympics. The whole Francophonie, the France team just made it to the finals of both the men and women basketball. Just so much excitement, so much exuberance, really, filtering through and inculcating into the midst, into the cracks and crevices of Dominica, and we are so delighted. And La Dominica is the Mecca, is the place where this is all going to take place. From tomorrow, 6 p.m. will be the grand opening at the Massac facility. Donc, I espère tout le monde qui est là, ici, mesdames, donc, il pour piano, donc, il pour basket, monsieur, donc, musique, nous, c'est comme ça, donc, il fait, messieurs, mesdames, donc, I invite tout le monde à tout la Dominique pour descendre, même si, quite a bit, I'm going to ask a very important question, as the thought just came, because I was about to talk about to continue the broadcast, because I think DBS is part of it.
Oh yes,
that's the Nation Station.
Oh yeah, the Nation Station is a key partner. They will live stream the whole tournament. Okay, so
let's take this. This is big news. So DBS Radio is a major partner in this Creole Basketball Championship. By the way, DBS Radio has been the institution promoting Creole for 51 years. This year 50 plus years, 50 plus years in terms of cadence slips of music, in terms of experience Creole every afternoon. You can hear Creole all over from DBS Radio. And look, now participated in the World Creole Music Festival from inception, and now part of this major. So tell us about the national radio station and the partnership, and what the folks and listeners and possible viewers, because DBS also have the social media section, can expect.
Yes, this week we were very delighted to have a meeting with the manager of DBS Radio, Mr. Cecil Joseph.
Yep.
And what I appreciate for his expertise, of course, he understood that the value of the Creole Basketball Championship, and definitely DBS. He expressed the fact that DBS wanted to be a key partner to broadcast this tournament on radio, but also on social media, Facebook and YouTube. And this is amazing. This is amazing. That's a big statement. The Nation Station be part of it. And this broadcast will be live streamed, and there will be relays on all the major medias in the French West Indies, and also influencers in terms of tourism, but also sports. So this is amazing, and I do thank Mr. Cecil Joseph for this. And now the nation is with us. I know that. Absolutely.
I got a comment. I think sometime after one of our programs, in terms of transportation. Some people may be willing to go to the facility, but they may not have any personal transportation. Are there any arrangements to, let's say, contact a few buses to possibly transport people to Massac, and people know that they have those buses with their numbers that they can look forward to when they're ready to return? Is this a consideration? Because it's a question that quite a bit of people who may not have personal transportation may be willing to come down to the whole championship, but needs that security of transportation to return.
Definitely, we'll work with our partners to provide shuttles. If there's there's a demand, we can meet on the bayfront, and then we can organize this. They will come to Massac.
It may just be better on the bus stop.
Yes.
Because the Massac
You're
bus
right.
stop, just pick up on the bus stop, but then you have let's say specified buses with their registration numbers.
Exactly.
So then the patrons would know these are the buses, the shuttle. So once they are ready, they just hop on the bus and pay whatever fee and then move down. That doesn't this may be easier than to come on the before.
Definitely. So we just have to share the contact of Jerry Williams or Maggie Dunson Peters. So we will have a list, or they can contact DBS to be on the list, and we can definitely organize that shuttle.
Can people get tickets available at DBS Radio or any other outlets in town?
Yes, it's possible at DBS Radio, DPEX as well, or at the indoor facility of Massac.
We are down 2 hours before this major competition. I mean, let's say 12, 24, 6, and 6. Let's say almost 30 hours to the grand commencement of this major activity. What is it like? I mean, Marvin, you have been at this for months and months and months. You have been trailing, you have been practicing. The meetings have been going crazy. You have been networking. But 30 hours away, how are you feeling? What is the vibe? How are you, getting set for this major competition?
I'm excited. Can I say that? I'm very excited. I mean, it's more than basketball for us, and like what I like to say, because it works around the multiple dimension of sustainable development. That's very important. It's a program. So for us, I speak for all the organizing committee. We understood for years now that this is bigger than us. Okay, and this is something. There was a process for it. Okay, it started about 4 years ago, especially during COVID, while I was here meeting with Jerry Williams, Dunstan, Maggie Peters, and there was strategic meeting forums with key stakeholders of basketball in the region, but also internationally, to see how we can contribute to the development of basketball, but in the dynamic of the Creole culture, because the Creole nations, there's no borders. And this is extremely powerful. This is how we can come together. So there's a process of several years. We took so many actions, achievements. We started on a lower level organizing camps, elite program for the youth in Dominica, inviting teams from Guadeloupe, Martinique, so they could be ambassadors of what was coming. Okay, and now we have that Creole Express is a Creole Basketball Championship. So I'm very proud, very excited as an organizer, as a player. I know some people are waiting for us from Guadeloupe, Mr. Donny Robinson, president of the ABA, but also the leader of the Detroit Blazers. They're playing tonight. Yeah. They might be the champions tonight, game 3 of the DABA League. So I invite everybody to come at Massac tonight, support the teams, also the Bush Eagles, Super Eagles. So you have game 3. Detroit might be a champion, but for the Creole Basketball Championship, there will be a battle. Antigua is already there. They have players coming from Europe. Okay, professional players coming from Europe. Guadeloupe ready. Very proud. The Gangouze basketball is very proud to be the representative of the French West Indies. It is the first time. It's already big in Dominica, but for us, it's even bigger. And that was my dream, to build bridges between Dominica and the French West Indies, because for me, Dominica is the capital of the Creole nations. It's the perfect place for any pilot project, I believe, in the Caribbean, in various areas, not only in sports. We just have to come together, put a plan, and execute. We need support for this. We need support. We cannot do it ourselves. And it's not our thing. It's everybody's business. And we work in a win-win situation with all our partners, all the stakeholders, and we have to thank the government of Dominica, of course. We have to thank Express des Îles that facilitate transportation, Sunrise Airways, We Church, okay, Cool and Smooth, and many more. And guys, join us. It's a win-win situation. It's for all the generations as well. I think all the senior, they're so happy when I speak with Kiwi, Plastic, yourself, Mr. Joseph. They remember how it was before. Cardinals, not even the national team, and so on. So the youth of Dominica, they have to take this opportunity. We have a responsibility to inspire others. We take it to this level. So the referees, we have a FIBA instructor. This is not a sweat. Huh? This could be the most important and attractive tournament for clubs in the Caribbean.
Absolutely. Yes, we are live on DBS Radio. It's your nation station, and we are in with Creole Heartbeat with the kind compliments of Digicel, Dominica's premium and #1 telecommunications network. We are also live on Facebook, and we are also live on both audio, DBS Radio, collating and networking, bringing the information right in your hearts, into your homes, in your workplaces, in your vehicles, wherever you are. We are getting ready for the Creole, the Express Tazil Creole Basketball Championship. I mean, Nick, you happen to be Creole on all edges on St. Lucia, La Dominic, TR, Kaichi, Lula. How important, you see and vision this tournament for Creole people, for both St. Lucia, Dominic, and Creole people? How important you vision this a tournament of such magnitude?
I see it as extremely important. Like Marvin said, you're creating those bridges, you're networking. There's a diverse pool of individuals out there, some of us more talented than others. And if we all come together, pool our resources, you can actually say in unity there is strength.
Absolutely.
And to have St. Lucia coming up, I know what they're capable of doing in terms of basketball. I have seen a bit of action in Massac over the past couple of days. So I know that what we're trying to do here is not just to show to flam. I had the opportunity 2 years ago to referee in 2022 from the same Creole basketball, which Maggie had invited me to do.
Yeah.
So at that point, I wasn't an instructor. 2 years later, I'm an instructor and here to work with our referees so that we could all develop. So you could well see that basketball is on a path to succeed. And the other night, like Jerry rightly said, it wasn't the better team that won. It was basketball.
Yeah.
Because it was a very long time I had not experienced that fanfare, that jubilation, that hype. And even as a referee, the extra noise, it puts you under added pressure because you need to maintain a certain level and a high level of focus. You understand? You don't want to miss anything. You don't want to put any team at a disadvantage. You need to be working on all cylinders. So it is extremely important, and I really hope that it will grow, it will be bigger. Hopefully, maybe next year we may not just have 6 teams, but 8 teams. You understand? And even then, not just have it for senior guys, but have maybe an under 18 or under 21, because you have those up and coming younger guys. They are quite talented and quite skillful, and if you get them into that state of mind that, hey, it is okay to compete on your soil where you have teams come in, so that by the time you go out there, you have that a certain level of mental preparedness. Because a lot of times you have teams on island, they perform very well. But when they go to other neighboring countries, they cannot perform. So you need to have that atmosphere created at home. So by the time you get out there, you've already been exposed to it. You have an idea what to expect. So I'm really...
As a FIBA official, what are some of your major expectations when the dust is settled and championship won, prize money given? What are some of your expectations you would hope that this championship can really bring forth?
I am really looking forward to our referees climbing to higher heights. A higher level of excellence, improving the standard. Because I don't want it to be when Nick is on island, things are done in a certain fashion. When Nick is gone, we revert to our old ways. So I have been working with them closely, like I said, from April after the camp, to culture good habits, to get rid of the old ones, to instill the new rules, to get everybody on the same wavelength, so that when we come to referee, it matters not who's on the court, you will get the same standard, the same quality. So for me, at the end of it all, I want the KBC to be successful. I want all stakeholders to actually feel like, next year we want to be even bigger, a bigger part of it. I want the referees and the table officials to grow as well, the sport overall to grow. And the next aim what I would like to see out of all of this is for Dominica. I mean, I am an instructor, but I am under St. Lucia basketball.
Yeah.
It would be nice moving forward for Dominica to have an instructor in Dominica. Not one who is back and forth, but one who is there. I think that would help tremendously.
In terms of getting some prospects ready, are we heading towards that direction? Have
Yes.
you identified a
Yes.
few with the potential that may have the ability to be instructors in Dominica, and working with them towards that direction?
Yes, I have noticed, I have been scouting, and there's one particular individual, and I think he has what it takes, because even before I came, I had the opportunity to watch a few games live, and I observed quite a few things that were happening, even the control of the game. And I would send little pointers via WhatsApp, and when I got here, we met again. Hopefully tonight we should be on. He should be one of the officials for tonight's game, the finals between the DABA teams. So I'm really hoping that, it's not just what I want for the individual also needs to want it for themselves as well. I mean, I'm only here to help, to guide, to teach, to instruct, to support and supervise. However, I would really like, and if not just one instructor, but there's so many young guys that are capable of rising to the level of FIBA referee. I mean, you get the opportunity to go out there and travel, you represent your country, it's a wonderful experience. So it's not just serving at on the national executive, it's not just playing basketball in the first and premier divisions, but you could become a certified table official. You could also become a certified referee and an instructor. So there's growth where basketball is concerned, where FIBA comes in. It has a lot of potential, and they do have programs to support the development of individuals where referees and table officials are concerned.
Prior to, let's say, the last 10 years or so, when we started, in several competitions, we haven't been fortunate for several reasons to have any regional competition. How do you see this particular competition forging relationships, even forging future competitions? Yes, we have the championship now in terms of the best team or the champion team, but a lot of times you look forward to your national team possibly being represented in a different level. Do you see this as, let's say, the first stage, the whole metamorphosis of revisiting, let's say, basketball at a national level throughout the region?
I believe so. Given the hype that basketball has in Dominica, it would be nice that we could have a senior national team again, and maybe an under-23 national team. I mean, there's a 3x3, but there's so much more to be derived from basketball, you understand? So I think that there is potential to get us back to where we used to be in terms of having a national team that could go out there, represent Dominica, get more stakeholders involved. I mean, while it may start small now, hopefully more persons will want to be part and parcel of it. Even how the sharing of resources. You may have referees in St. Martin or Antigua that you could potentially reach out to, because you have already created that network, and have them come as well. Because to build capacity, it's not very easy. And with limited individuals who are, how would I put it, passionate about and dedicated in terms of giving their service, their time, you don't really find that, because now everything, it has to be incentivized. Like, most people are looking for something out of it. After I have granted my services, what do I get in return?
Absolutely.
You understand? So I really do hope that coming from this Creole Basketball Championship, it would grow much more. Basketball in Dominica would be something to talk about. And it's not just talking about it because maybe the championship team stays in Dominica. It could go anywhere, but the fact is that we've all played a great game. We've all been part of, this momentous occasion.
Absolutely.
And we all play our part in terms of getting it out there and to grow it.
Earlier on, Marvin, you mentioned cultural confidence. I'm, excited about that particular, vision. Elaborate a little when you say cultural confidence. What do you mean and aspiring to inform us about?
Well, when you speak about cultural confidence, one of the first steps is to fight against ignorance. Okay, education is critical for any human being, and we will realize the matter in the region. There's a lack of knowledge of all the dimension of being Creole, and especially in a positive way. Okay, Creole is not only a language, and Creole is not a static language. This language evolved. You have the Dominican Creole, you have the Guadeloupean Creole, you have the Lucian Creole, you have
Martinican,
Haitian
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 Creole,
Creole.
Seychelles
Okay,
Creole.
it's very dynamic in terms of language. We know about our music that spread all around the world, back and forth. All right, the compas music, the zouk music, dance, the guoka music, part of the UNESCO World Heritage. Right, then you have all the dimension of arts as well, painting, etc. What about sports? Sports is a big industry, and with plenty dimensions as well. And when we talk about tourism, it's very important as well to have confidence in your Creole culture, because this is what differentiates you from others. Tourism is critical in Dominica, in the region. How can you be competitive when to the world right now? You need that cultural confidence and build around it. We did it in Dominica with the World Creole Music Festival. All right, you have the Jazz Creole Music Festival
Jazz
as
and
well.
Creole, yeah.
Jazz and Creole. And what about sports?
Yeah.
What about sports? And sports is a great tool that enable you to capitalize on multiple generations, especially families, because you come to the game with your family. All right, and all this is possible throughout the Express Creole Basketball Championship. So cultural confidence is very important. We have to bring back Creole to schools as well. Okay, once again, this is one of the ingredients for growth of the youth, but growth of the nations. Because I don't want Creole to live with the elders. Creole have to be vibrant. I'm very proud of the Creole culture. Là, moi, qui parle créole.
On va y avoir une chance tout à l'heure.
Mais oui, mais
on
va parler créole.
va y avoir une chance tout à l'heure.
Mais oui.
On va finir bien en petit créole aussi. On va parler en petit créole tout à l'heure.
So,
Donc, nous parler créole là.
non, pas tout de suite. Ne pas perdre de temps.
On va pas de temps parce
Non.
que nous quitter là tout à l'heure.
Oui, donc ça qu'a fait, c'est que Créole la belle, moi, attrapé en chance de voyager, petit peu tout partout, Afrique, Europe, Middle East, Canada, US. Tout le monde là content, en cas venu content là, il a dit mais ou ka parler créole, ou ka parler en d'autres langues, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Et là ou ka lier ça à musique, ou ka manger là aussi. Tout ça, tout le monde là intéressé à vous. Et là où c'est ou ka venu au content qu'a dit ou sont ambassadeurs à créole là, ou ambassadeur à créole là. Et créole pas ni frontière. That's why I speak about the Creole nations. So one day we'll be able to invite a team from Africa, a team from the diaspora in the US, and so on. All of them will come to Dominica. It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. So nous n'y pour travailler si ça qui dit créole là, créons confiance pour que surtout jeunesse là, ça prend relais là ça. Ouais, c'est très important à différents niveaux. Et Nick was saying that it's very important to, and this is the goal, Nick, to duplicate the Creole Basketball Championship to the youth categories, male and female. Yeah. It's part of the plan. Yeah. It's part of the plan. So we already...
Sustainability.
Yeah, sustainability. We're already doing it, invited teams from Guadeloupe, Martinique, and so on. But there will be a tournament as well, and we want to support the clubs. All right, we want to support club structure to develop and so on. So that will elevate the league, and also with this visibility, this level of tournament, the private sector will be more interested to be part of it and to support it because they know it's not a one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's excellent for the brand visibility. The social responsibility as well. So when the government is part of it, we call the private sector to part of it. Is a win-win situation, and you need to have the youth at the highest level possible when you want growth in your country.
Absolutely.
You know? So,
Nick, and as we wind down, I'm going to give you guys the final moments to really big up the competition, both in English and Creole. Anti chance là, par exemple. Big up, bagay là, man, parce que c'est demain tout le monde qui a commencé. So
Oui.
we'll start with Nick and then we'll end with.
Mais, merci Madix. Demain soir, Massacre, basketball qui a fait un grand bitin, qui a un grand événement. Mon commandé pour tout le monde, pour descendre, venir famille, venir passer un petit temps et puis nous. C'est habit là, de referees, tout le monde, c'est the players, tout le monde qui est là, so venir passer temps et puis nous.
Pas de problème, monsieur. Ok, Marvin, nous
ouais,
là,
nous pouvons pas faire mieux que vous, Adixen. Nous, dire merci
Non, non,
déjà
non,
pour
non,
ça.
non.
Mais nous, attendons tout le monde depuis jeudi 22, depuis 6h soir jusqu'à minuit, qui est basketball, plus gros niveau à basketball en Caraïbes, là, des champions qu'il a, des anciens professionnels qu'il a, des bouts qui jouaient en Europe qui est là. Donc, c'est que les meilleurs joueurs, des Dominiques aussi, qui est là. So, nous, avons créé pour le public là, des Vinci Poteyo, qui est musique, qui est manger, qui est boisson aussi, pour nous passer un moment ensemble. Genre, nous, c'est des mondes créoles, nous, c'est créole. Et nous, qui fait ça ensemble. Et tout le monde là, Jacques Avini, Antigua, Jala, Guadeloupe, qui arrivé demain, Saint-Lucie, qui arrivé demain, Venezuela, et en finale, Detroit Blazers against Super Eagles, P-Bush, DBA League, à Massacre. Donc, vin bayou force là, les CD qui place ça qui en Creole Basketball Championship là. Nous, disons merci et venez jouer nous à partir de jeudi jusqu'à dimanche parce que c'est 4 jours basketball, 4 soirées basketball, des matchs chaque soir. Et puis les meilleurs artistes, les meilleurs ambassadeurs, vous autres aussi, vous des ambassadeurs qui sont Creole là, vous nous business autres. Merci en pile.
est-ce que vous avez un remerciement pour Radio DBS pour support?
DBS, the radio station nation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have to say thank you to Mr. Wadix Charles, of course, Mr. Cecil Joseph, DBS Kai, broadcast. Toute compétition là en radio, si YouTube, Facebook, dans un pays suivre, mais venez autres massacres parce qu'ambiance là, qu'il y a un paquet de désordre là, qu'il y a une ambiance, donc vous n'avez pas raté ça. Basketball c'est aussi un spectacle, un show. Donc nous pouvons là et nous dire merci DBS, nous dire merci Government of Dominica et tous ces sponsors là parce que sans eux tout ça pas été possible.
Pas de problème, messieurs, mesdames, et c'est là nous disons spécial Dédé au revoir ou j'arrête demain, messieurs, mesdames, c'est massacre nous tout caille. Donc un grand bouteillage massacre, messieurs, nous caille fêter ensemble, nous caille boire ensemble, nous caille manger ensemble, nous caille jouer basketball ensemble, messieurs. Nous avons une grande invitation pour tout le monde à toute la Dominique, oui, pour grand B, messieurs, Capissier, pour Kachakou, descendre vite, pour ces messieurs. Demain, nous caille commencer grand basketball, messieurs, mesdames, pas oublier ça, habillé belle, habillé comme si dit, nous caille fêter, grand festival, messieurs, basketball, demain soir. Bagay la caille commencer, Radio DBS caille là, nous caille là, messieurs, nous caille amuser con nous caille fêter ensemble, créole, vivant créole. À Soukot, Jerry Williams et c'est les autres monde là, Maggie Peters. Donc, c'est Wadex, je vais pas parler, nous nous a commencé semaine prochaine dans d'autres émissions, Creole Heartbeat. Merci un peu, tout le monde.